Okay, this one is on Whole Foods, WFM, and I've traded this one a bunch, and it's been a little choppy, but it's got a nice little flow to it. Right now, anyways, it seems to had this alert that triggered on the weekly, got above the moving average here, and it's just above the 20. So, anyways, I guess what met the triggers is we've got all three here. We've got over the 40 on the RSI. We've got a started of a positive count, wave count, and our MACD histogram is above the 0 line. Also, like I said, we're just above the 20 with looks like maybe a run up to almost 36, which would put us right at the 50, and then of course at the 200 it's at 40. So I just want to look at some of these areas here. This is a really strong area. This is just at 30, 36, 37, right in that area, which I think is probably the next stop for it before it either goes or gets rejected. So we've got a little bit of room to run there, and if we can get above there, then obviously that brings us up to real nice to the 40 area. So let's see. They had a report here, which was actually kind of positive. They had a decent report. And so the next report they're going to have here is in May. So it's kind of a while away. So if the market keeps performing from here, I expect this will do real well, and it'll start to pick up. And it is off this whole low area. So even a nice bounce right now, even just to bring us back to around 36, seems like a very good possibility of that happening. So I'm not really in love with this trade 100% like I am some of the other ones, but this shows still a decent opportunity. Let me see what the options say. Let's start off with these Marches. So, oh yeah, we've got a little bit of stacked up here on the call side on March, and they're pretty cheap. But see, these 33s. I'm not in love with March because, like I said, the time is getting a little bit short on these. But price isn't bad. Let's go out to the Aprils. I like, there we go. Look at there. Really nice amount of calls setting up here in April. And I think these 33s look really nice. The spread's perfect. They're not too expensive. They seem like they're real good. So those might be something. Let's see what May's. Just a ton of them just piling up at May. So I think the run to 36 is something to watch for. 35, 36, and that gives you plenty of time, 79 days. But even the August has got not a lot, not what I would call a ton. But April and May, and even April, I think is plenty of time. You don't want to have to go out too far because the trade's definitely going to unfold before then. So this looks really nice. Anyways, it is moving, looks pretty good, and like I said, I put your stop here would be just below this thing. So at let's see, let's call it create alert here. We'll do it right below 31. It's just basically below $31. So if this fails below 31 here on the last candle or so, then yeah, it has a chance to test these lows. But right now, everything is saying that it should continue to hold up from here. Let's go into a daily real quick and see what the daily is. So you're going to run into a little bit on the 200-day, which there's still a little room, but you're definitely going to expect when you hit this on the 200-day, you're definitely probably the probability is it's going to bounce down from there. So boy, and look at this, where this nice fill of this gap is over here. I like the way it's setting up. Everything looks pretty good. You can either enter, now. Like I said, I'm not in love with this trade 100% just because it's kind of already. If I could have got down here and got into this, right around 31 and a half, wouldn't be so bad. But not saying that you can't take this trade. It's just a little bit further than I'd like it right now. See where the next candle is drawn tomorrow. See how this starts to act for the market for the rest of this week. But if you want to get into it and you have an opportunity before it jumps up too much further, you've got a nice opportunity right now before it goes back to around 34, 35. which is still a decent amount of room overhead. And then that way you can either, you know, pull some profits, a quarter of them off or half or whatever you do, and then see what happens for the next leg to see if we can get up to this this gap up here and maybe fill this at 40. So it's just another one. I like it okay, and it seems like it's unfolding decent. So just another idea to throw at you and see what you like here. Okay, good luck.